Hey, what's good, everybody? We are here on day three. Y'all, please forgive me for yesterday and the day before mishap had some horrible technical difficulties. They say to err is human, but to really mess up, that takes a computer. And so technology actually proved that to me. Yes, the ethical hacker ran into some tech problems. The battery on my laptop just wouldn't charge, and so had to handle a lot of stuff on that. But we are back today with the third day of the New Year challenge. The fourth day will be tomorrow, but it will be playing slightly earlier. You will get an alert, and there will be the replay available. Also, tomorrow I'll be posting the link where everybody can go all next week and watch the videos. And then next week they will be down because it won't be New Year anymore. I don't think people keep telling people Happy New Year all the way into February. Plus, February is when my birthday is. So, therefore, it's no longer New Year. It did become February. And that's how the world works. But we're going to jump right into day three. I'm glad to have you all here. Just a reminder everything that you see here is proprietary. So, don't tell nobody. Use it yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Tell the world. Pass it around. I like to give knowledge as much as I can, help as many people as possible. So, let's jump right into today's challenge. All right. So let's talk about what we've done so far. At our foundation, if you have not done the foundational stuff from day one, I beg you, whether you're on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, you're in the group, Telegram, not Telegram, what's the other thing called? LinkedIn, all of those, whichever one you have, go back, watch day one. It develops the foundation that helps you move so far, makes you move far through this whole thing. All right. We wrote our resolutions. The resolutions themselves, the normal way people do it. I want to do this. I want to do that. I need to do this. We will do that. And then we added our so that statements, which give each revolution, it gives it purpose. It gives it that strength, that it gives a why to every statement that we make. And finally, we made them smart. We know people have heard about SMART goals, but we made our resolutions smart, which kind of gives them more of a goal oriented, something you can reach, something kind of how you're going to get there. It's no longer just, ambiguous in nature, but it actually gives you the opportunity to really dig deep and understand the hows and whys of what you're going to be doing. Now, today is the day. Like, what day? Besides Thursday. It is Thursday, right? Yes, Thursday. Besides Thursday. No. Today is going to separate you from those who fail to reach their resolutions. Can you guess what will make you successful in completing your resolutions? Is it your strong will, that stick-to-itiveness, that I ain't nothing going to stop me from going where I go, that you have on the inside? No, because if that was the case, you would have never failed at a resolution in life. Is it, again, that commitment or determination? Is it that thing inside of you say, hey, look, because I wrote this down, I have to do it, and so and I put those things, and I have to keep my word. Your commitment to your own word and to yourself. No, that's not it. That's not what's going to make you successful. What's going to make you successful is what makes everyone successful in life. It's what made even the Most High successful in creating the earth. It was planning and execution, right? When you're able to plan every step of the way, break down the big goals into small ones, and focus on completing each that you have set in order to achieve your resolution. So when you put all of those things together, that's what's going to make you successful, because you're able to set the milestones, set the actions that you need, identify resources. And we're going to talk about how to even formalize that for yourself today. All right. So let's get right into it. So our secret formula is what's called a plan of action and milestones. Now, this is something that I learned, and I was auditing the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency for United States Treasury, as well as doing their IT strategic plan. And I saw this is something that, anybody who's in the federal space, they've probably seen a number of times, with a huge spreadsheet that has all these things and assignments and milestones and, assignments and resources, that type of stuff. And is normally used to fix and track vulnerabilities in federal IT systems. So I have a lot of experience in those. So it stands for Plan of Action and milestones. And it's a document for tracking vulnerabilities in organizations. However, while I was doing it, it was at the same time I was, writing my book and starting this business. It kind of like, okay, wait, this is something that can be used in, regular business or any type of business, not even just to track vulnerabilities or things that need to be fixed, but also to be able to track goals properly. And so while we won't be using every element of what's a poem, you'll hear me say poem from now on. There are several key components of the poem that we're going to use in setting our goal. All right. And so let's go right into those. You can get your pen and paper out. Hopefully you still have your pen and paper that you're using to write things down, and go ahead and write those down now. So here are the elements of our poem, what we're going to use. First is a unique identifier. Goes in column one. It's not the first thing you create, but it goes in column one. And it's basically a nomenclature that helps you to easily identify the task. Don't just do 1, 2, 3, or 4. You want it to be relevant to the year that you're doing it, or the quarter, or the department, all of that type of stuff. So here I just put, for instance, this is 2023 year marketing, something like that. This isn't critical. It does help you to stay organized, because you're able to place this unique identifier within your documents, because you made it in one folder, but it's related to something else. And you create just a small block, so that when you're searching for these things on your computer, it easily pulls it up, pull up everything that is related to each resolution that you may have. Right. The actual goal, we always start by setting those clear, achievable goals that align with your overall business objectives. We've done that. There was a lot of time yesterday writing out the resolutions, adding the "so that" piece, also making them smart. So you already have that. You don't need to go back and read that. It's there. Then we're going to do subtasks, and we're going to talk about subtasks. We're going to get into a little bit of detail about that, where we're able to break down our big goals into smaller, achievable tasks. These milestones, big actions and milestones, if you will, be there. And timelines. You really want to set realistic deadlines for completion for each task or milestone. Remember when we talked about them being smart, we talked about, making sure it's achievable and that it's realistic. So when you're setting your timeline, you want to keep those things in mind. So when you're making your subtasks and you're breaking those down, think about how long it'll take to achieve those. What type of dependencies are there? I'm actually going to show you an example of one of my resolutions broken down into subtasks with timelines and all of those things. And I'll talk about the dependencies in it and all of that stuff. Next is resources. You want to know the resources that you will need, whether they're people, processes, technology, money, all of that. You want to talk about those, at least be aware of them. It's good to put them sometimes in your poem, but you don't necessarily have to put all of them in there, but you at least need to identify them at a high level. And I'm going to show you how to do it the most simple way possible, because one thing you don't want to do is get into the process of trying to figure out everything, and you get analysis paralysis, and you spend so much planning that you don't execute. Honestly, when you're writing this poem, it should not take you more than a day to do for all of your resolutions. Be very quick, very thorough, very direct. The more you think about it, the harder it's going to be to do. All right. Next, you want to prioritize each element of your resolution. So, for instance, each resolution should be high, medium, or low priority. Some people like to do 1 through 10, and so that way, if they do 1 through 10, they take them in order. I recommend high, medium, and low. That way, you know which ones are the most urgent, because you can work on some simultaneously. But it really just depends on your business style. Supporting documents. You put links in your poem that will link to whatever type of documentation that you may have in regards to this, whether it's a folder that you've created on Google, OneDrive, something like that. When we deal with our clients, when we work with you on those things, we actually created an entire Google Drive folder, break everything down based upon what it's supposed to be, and where we provide us, what we provide you, deliverables, things that we've done in research, everything, so that it's really, really easy for you to track. And then, of course, a comment section, right? And a comment section is a place for miscellaneous comments not found in the other columns. So when you're trying to go through everything, because it's impossible to get a column for every single thing that may come up, right? So when everything that you can't put into a column, you put into these comments, maybe people that you may have met, just little notes that you may have learned, because a lot of times it takes a lot of research and even things you want to think about when you're doing this to keep yourself abreast of it. When it comes to that, if there's a resource that you want to consider, some a formula that you may have found, because it's so many things that go into any type of achievement or accomplishment you may have. So keep that comment section, make it pretty big, and I like to put it at the end so you can always stretch it out. All right. Now, enough talk. I've just given you theory, and I'm not, anybody who knows me, I'm not just a theoretical person. I like to actually do hands-on things, so people can see how it works and what it works. So I'm going to show you. I really quickly build out one of my poems today, and so for one of my resolutions, and I would love to show it to you if you would like. If that means to you, go ahead and type in the comments or the chat or wherever you are. Go ahead, Carl, show me what you got. So I would love to do that if that is what the people. Okay, wait, right there. Somebody said, show me what you got. But of course, because this is just how things work. I'm an 80s baby. So now we have a word from our sponsor. Yep, I'm out here in Las Vegas, the home of VegasBusinessRetreat.com, April 17th through the 21st. I'm at a place where people normally come and they bet on sports, they bet on dice, they bet on roulette table, all these places. But I want to invite you to bet on yourself. April the 17th through the 21st. Join myself, Black Phoenix Manager Group, a host of other entrepreneurs and special guests, where we're going to give you the chance to, number one, escape from the regular hustle and bustle of business and be out here in a place that was built from the ground up, the same way that you're building your business. So I'm inviting you to come. Check out VegasBusinessRetreat.com and learn what you could learn. This is for entrepreneurs who are serious about growing your business, serious about taking your stuff to the next level. Not just all fun and games. We're here to learn. We're here to build you up, build each other. You're gonna love it. Of course, it's free usher tickets. Get to see that too. But it's really about you going to the next step. It's really about you taking advantage of being around other entrepreneurs who are doing some of the same things that you're doing, going through some of the same things that you're going through, and have the opportunity to learn how to grow. Whether you want to invest more, get partnerships more, get access to capital, build your business credit. So many things we're going to be going over these 4 intense days. And yes, we're going to have some fun. Like we said, there's excursions out here. We're going to give everybody a ticket to go see Usher. There's a lot that we'll be able to do, but most importantly, it will change your business. Come and bet on yourself. Come and bet on the things that you know that you can do, that you're good at, that you've been building and trying and pushing, and all it takes is one thing to go over the top. I know you've heard about people who go on these amazing trips and go to these amazing conferences, and they learn so much and they come back so motivated. This is one of those. You want to be there. You do not want to miss this. So I'm looking forward to seeing you April the 17th through the 21st. We only have 20 seats. It's not for everybody. It's only for those who are serious about growing their business. Serious. You get out here and we're going to make it happen for you. Well, all right. I hope this out there. Yeah, that's The Rock talking about let's go. You know what I'm saying? I got to get in the gym so I can look like that. So, yeah, let's go. Hopefully, we'll see you in Vegas. Visit VegasMastermind.com to sign up, find out more information. We're looking forward to it. But let's hop right back into our plan for today. So this is one of the poems that we have, So, again, this is actually one I didn't even show you all yesterday. I went into the archives. I mean, it was something I wasn't really going to put out there, but I said, you know what? I'll be transparent with my folks. So the goal again is by December 31st, 2020, we will have received at least 6 paid speaking gigs so that we can expand again that statement, so that we can expand our reach and credibility along with creating more clients for our core services. So it's not just to speak on stage because we like to talk. Yes, I'm a very loquacious person. I was raised by Carl and Shirley. Those are my parents, and both of them can talk a lot if you've ever met them. So I get that from them. But it's not just about that. It's really about expanding the business, being able to impact more people and um, using that gift. So my unique identifier that I'm putting with this is 2023 New Year's resolution one. So this is the first one that I created because I want to do that. Now the subtasks that I have that I'm going to be using, and feel free as you're doing this, begin to write your own. Because you can see how I'm doing this, and of course there can be subtasks and sub this, but we don't want to get that deep simply because you don't want analysis paralysis. As you move along, yes, things will come up, but this is really about getting things down so you at least know where you need to go, the milestones that you want to get to. So first of all, create a list of topics. How will I do that? This starts with understanding my target demographic. What am I trying to do? What are the goals that I want to speak on? What type of products do I have that I want to present to people? So how I create my topics around that. Then of course, create a speaker website. I really need to do that ASAPidly so that people be able to reach me. Everything that I'm doing is going to have purpose. Then create content for social media. How am I going to do that? Am I going to, go speak places by myself, or, engage with other people? I'm going to, hold my own, whatever is necessary to create the content for social media, because that's how people often find speakers. Then, of course, develop a list of potential clients. Will the list be short? Will the list be long? Doesn't matter at this point. I'm just saying this is what I need to do. All right. Then create my from the stage offer. Because I don't just speak to speak, I speak to sell. I speak to get more clients. I speak to do my core services with business consulting. I'm a business solutions architect. Building business is my job. It is what I do, full time. So having these speaking gigs is to expand that, and then reach out to at least 25 potential stages per quarter, meaning, stages I could possibly get on, whether they be, in schools, at churches, community centers, whatever it may be, identify them. And again, this is still going to be based on what my target market is. So all of these have tasks to them, but I'm not going to go that deep into it. I'm going to set myself good deadlines and attack them from that standpoint. I cannot stress enough. Do not try to sub task thinking that you're being thorough. It only contributes to procrastination. And that, perfection is the cousin of procrastination. I actually believe they're twins. I kind of think they're the same person. But, because I've never seen them both in the same place at the same, if you get what I'm saying. It's like they're like Clark Kent and Superman. They're actually one and the same, in my opinion, but I can't prove it because I'm not Lois Lane. So this is how I created my subtask. Then next, I've done the subtask with my deadlines, right? So now I put this all out there. This is a part of my accountability. I'm saying this live. So watching this, across all of these different mediums, again, they're in like 3 places on Facebook. It's on YouTube. It's on Twitch. It's even on Twitter. It's everywhere. So I'm telling y'all what I'm gonna do. So anybody can actually hold me accountable to it. But I actually do have somebody that I'm actually accountable to. So there's that on that. I have to create a list of 15 topics that I can speak on. And it's not just any 15 topics. I'm going to create 15 topics that are relevant to what I do, which narrows it down. Because anybody who knows me, I can talk about a lot of different stuff, whether it be, politics, the scriptures, I can talk business, I can talk R&B, I'm a musician, pretty much a whole lot of stuff. I can talk about Black history buff, all of that stuff. So I can do that, but do all of those things relate to my business? The answer is no. So I don't want to, rely on that. Now, if I get called for something else, I'm free to do that, but I can't rely on that. I have to present a consistent message to my target audience. So by the 21st of this month, I need to have those 15 topics. I also need to have my speaker website created by the 25th. Yes, I'm giving myself very, very aggressive deadlines. Create the content on social media. I know that'll be a little more involved, so I'm giving myself a little bit more time in that, but I'm going to start it early. So, and the way that I have this is not based on when I'm going to get them done. It's based upon when I'm going to start doing them. So the first thing I'm going to do is my topics, because I need that for the website. And once the website is done, then I'll start creating the content for the social media. Once I've started that, then I'll begin to make the list of potential clients. And you'll be able to see why when we get to the next slide, when I talk about resources, why these are able to go in this order. I need to have my from the stage offer created by my birthday. I will not turn 41 with having my from the stage offer. So if you decide that you want to write something on my wall for my birthday, or reach out to me, ask me if I finish my offer. That can be your birthday gift to me. Keep me in check. Keep me accountable for the words that I've said out of my mouth. That is what's supposed to me. Yes, cash apps are good. Sending my stuff to people, saying hi, gifts, that's great. But more than anything is help me be successful. And the best way to help me be successful is to hold me accountable. So that being said, by February 3rd, 2023, my 41st birthday, by 10:33 a.m., I must have from the stage offer created, and it's going to be a new offer. Then I want to reach out to 25 stages per quarter. So by March 31st, I need to have 25 people that I've reached out to and actually contacted and gotten a yes or a no. Yes, I'm going to contact 75 people to try to get on 6 stages. Why? Because I understand the law of diminishing returns. I understand that everybody can say yes. I understand that everybody will be in my budget, so I have to, really oversell in order to get where I want to get. And if I end up with more stages, that is wonderful to me, but I have to make sure there aren't conflicts, all of those things. And then deliver. That's the only thing that I can't really control, because that is actually up to the clients on when they can do that. So there's no deadline to that outside of basically the 12/31 deadline. So by the end of this year, I will have been on all of those stages. All right. Next, I'm going to talk about resources, right? So really simple. Again, don't get extremely deep when you're doing your plan. Just know where you need to go to get stuff. So website development, we're able to do that in-house. Myself and my staff, we do that. Outreach, meaning, reaching out to these people. Yes, some of that will be me, but I'm actually going to outsource a lot of that to someone else who is actually really good at getting in contact with us. They already have the Rolodex and they're trusted to bring good speakers. So I'm going to use that. Location, because what I've decided is, in order to create my social media content, I want to film myself speaking on stages. So you heard it here first. I'm going to rent a stage and I'm going to invite people to come and hear me talk about the things that are happening. So this will be, and I'm going to have to hire a videographer, lighting, and all of that. All of those things I will actually need to outsource. Now, social media content creation, actually taking the videos, making the Facebook ads, all. The good thing is my company does that. So I don't have to outsource that. That'll go to my staff and they'll be doing that along with the sales funnel creation, because once again, I am creating a new signature offer that on February 3rd that I'll be presenting from most stages. So I hope that all makes sense when it comes to creating and identifying the resources that you need in your for your goals. You don't want to try to take too much on yourself. I always recommend getting a consultation, at least talking to somebody. So many people will actually do free consultations just to help you understand what you need. What you're doing for your company, for your New Year's resolutions. Feel free to reach out to me. If you go and visit discovery.launchwithcarl.com, you get a free you get a free consultation with us. And what we do is we help to outline an initial plan. It is no cost, no obligation. Of course, at the end, if you feel like you want to work with me further, there's always an offer for that. We're willing to help. But primarily, so many places will actually help you to build these things out and give you a plan. But you do not want to do it all yourself. That is one of the things about being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, is being able to know what to keep on you and what to outsource. Most of the time, saving the time is worth spending money. I've learned that so much. I mean, I used to create all of my social media content myself, the graphics and all of that. As soon as I brought someone in house to do it, it was a lot easier. The It happened a lot faster because I wasn't thinking about other stuff. That was their job to create those things. And so, putting those things out there made it so that I could focus on the things that I need to focus on. Same with the sales funnels. I know how to make those, but outsourcing them saves me time and makes me money. All right. So now I'm going to give you a sneak peek into my poem. So I'm actually going to show you what it's like for just this one right here. So as you can see, it doesn't look too, it's not meant to look all great, but everything in here is based upon what we just saw in this. It's all in one place on this dashboard. I've hidden some of my columns because there's some things, I just don't want public budget and things like that. So the first thing as you see is the unique identifier. It's consistent everywhere. Every document that's a part of it. So whether it be contracts, whether it be write-ups, any type of majors, this will be there somewhere, so that I know how to find it. It may not be on the final version because it's not everybody's business on my nomenclature, but it will at least be in that folder, so I'll be able to find all that. Point of contact. Since I have one person working for me, I have to put a point of contact. In this case, it's me. I'm leading this charge. There are other things where other people lead it, but this is very important. So I'm going to do this myself as far as taking the lead on it. The scheduled completion date, of course, that 12/30/123. The milestones, again, I have all of those there. One of my other columns that also has some budget information has the dates along with that to keep me in check. I've copied this onto my task list, giving it the same priorities. The status of it, I mean, keep it right now. It hasn't started. After this week is when I actually jump into it and really begin to create all of those things. And again, I love it when people hold me accountable. Like, hey, Carl, have you started it yet? You on here? That's cool. I'm with it. The original priority right now, that is very high priority, right? As time goes on, if it needs to adjust, I'll do that. And in the comments, I will even put why I made an adjustment to the priority. If at that point it becomes low because I've gotten, a $3 million contract building something out, then, speaking on stages will probably be lower, just to keep it a whole buck. But right now it is very high priority because it's something that I really think would help the business. Then the resources, making sure that those things are there outlined so that I can make sure that I have them. And as I get them, I highlight them so that I know that I don't have to look at them anymore. I have to look for them anymore. And then, of course, then there is the comment section where I'm going to be talking about, things like who I've contacted. Is really going to help me to keep real good progress there in a way that I don't feel like I'm forcing anything. I was like, okay, it has to look like this, has to look like that. No, it's like, okay, I've gotten this school system. I've gotten this TEDx stage. I'm gonna be, meeting up with Patty LaBelle because that's just something I really want to do. Anybody, like I said, Patty LaBelle, anybody know I can meet her. So I'm on my 2023 bucket list. So those are the type of things that we're gonna put in there, things that I don't need to put in a formal way, but I need them to be a part of this process. So, so that's the end of the day's 30 session. So again, for your homework, create your poem. Go through the thing, and if you need to go back and look at the video we just did, it is going to be in the archives. You can look at it, you can see how it works, see what I've done. It's still my methodology. That is fine with me. I'm not bothered. What I'm saying? Like, hey, I said, because like I said, I got it from the federal government. I made adjustments for myself. But should you need any help creating this, because it seems like it's a bit much on your table, feel free to reach out to me. You can go to discovery.launchwithcarl.com, or you can, jump in my inbox, leave it in the comments. Somebody will reach out to you and we'll schedule a time where we can actually help you out in developing your poem, developing your strategy, even outlining your New Year's resolutions, whatever it may be. Now tomorrow we're going to talk about how do you make sure that you stick with it. The things you're going to talk about, a reward system for yourself, because you don't want to just reward yourself at the end of the year. You want to create, as the milestones hit up, how do you really reward yourself? What makes sense, whether be it monetarily, be it time wise, those type of things. Because the higher the priority of the project, the higher the priority of the resolution, the better the reward should be along the way to keep you motivated, to know how you can move forward with it. Also, I'm going to give people the opportunity tomorrow to join our mastermind program with Business Movers Mastermind, where we do hold each other accountable. We move forward. You get discounts on some of the things that I provide. You may need Facebook ads. Go to Launch with Carl. There are a bunch of deals that I have up there already that can help you out in your business. Hopefully, you got my book, 7-Day Business Plan. Go to page 9. You can download the workbook and get out of it everything that you need to get out of it. So if you have any comments, questions, please, I beg of you, I would love for every one of you to come on in and say exactly what it is that you what you think. If you need any help, we are here for you. My goal again is to help 500 entrepreneurs start, launch, grow, scale, and even sell their businesses. So if you need any help, holler at me. That's what we do. Later.